What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel here today. And today I have another reaction video here for you guys. But before we get into this reaction video, I just want to say that thanks to all my subscribers once again. I just cannot keep on saying thanks to all my subscribers that subscribe to my channel. It's been a roller coaster ride around. So, yeah, I just want to say thanks again to everyone. So, yeah, to all my subscribers, shout out to you guys for subscribing. And, yeah, so today's reaction video, but after that, I forgot to say, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. And please, after you watch the video or doing the video, go down, scroll down, and smash the like button. Just smash it to let me know that you guys like the video and you want me to do more of it. So, that's what it is. You guys just need to go and smash it for me, alright? You guys got that? Can you do that? And if you do that, that'll let me know that you want more reaction videos. So, yeah, so, today's reaction video is 5 scary videos that made me uneasy. So, yeah. So, we're gonna react to that. And, let's get straight into this reaction video number 5.
Number 5. Tim Morozov, or
Yeah,
Tim
it's from
Frost in
Chills,
English, is a Russian YouTuber who goes into places that spirits want him to stay out of. This time, he has his eyes on an entire village that's been evacuated due to the presence of something mysterious, something neither you nor I can see. He picks the creepiest and most haunted-looking cabin of them all, and unlike most ghost hunters, sets up high-quality lighting to catch every last detail. It isn't long before Tim Frost thinks he sees a mist floating before his very eyes, but to be honest, I don't see
What?
anything. What?
You don't see it. We can't see any of the, things around. And that thing just
That
moved.
mirror, on the other hand, is hard to
That mirror
miss.
just moved.
Tim takes it off the wall and is busy
That
inspecting it
mirror
with what
just
sounds like
moved
beads falling off a
itself.
necklace hit the floor from behind.
That necklace.
If this is fake,
The
then someone must
necklace
have
driving
climbed the
down.
cabin and poured something onto the roof to create the sound, but that still doesn't explain what happens next.
Yeah. What the hell? Footsteps. Hit Mike.
A ghost brushes by and hits the microphone of his camera
Hit the
at 12 minutes and
microphone.
3 seconds. The mic moves by itself and everything, or maybe Tim's just lightly shaking it to create the illusion of movement. Then his light short circuits, unless, that is, he hits the strobe effect and then turns it off himself. Tim Frost knows that he has to explore the entire cabin, and that includes the basement. He takes the freaky mirror down there with him and starts snapping pictures with an old Polaroid camera for evidence. That's when a brick falls near him. There's a good chance he placed it there himself, because this ledge is an odd place for a brick to just so happen to be perched upon. But right as I say, I notice an orb fly over the brick right as it falls. So now I'm back to thinking it could be real and paranormal. Tim Frost unfortunately gets chased out by locals before he can gather much more evidence. He returns on a different day and selects another cabin. This one happens to still have power, which is odd, but I guess the electrical company could have made a mistake and not switched it off yet. Anyway, at 3 minutes and 45 seconds, he records a strange, flickering white light against the wall. It stays with him for more than a minute, but then, at 6 minutes and 10 seconds, it goes away, almost like it goes into the next room, and then this happens.
Gone. What is that? Is that a cap of the
Suddenly,
pot?
the lights go out and Tim
Went
finds
down.
himself alone in the dark, or so he thinks. He uses an EMF meter to track something moving around with him, and when he hones in on its exact position, his lights start messing up. Also, an eerie mist is visible around his flashlight, but maybe it's dust.
An eerie mist. Oh, that's an eerie mist right there. Oh, yeah.
He follows the EMF meter up to an attic. His flashlight is flickering badly now, even though it was a solid beam only minutes before. What he hears next is not fake, in my opinion. Too light to be a person,
It's
and
not
yet all too near.
fake.
You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. I fit my car in the kitty up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus.
What the hell is that?
In fact, it sounded like it was this door. But when he looks inside for himself, nothing is there. And get this, the flashlight of his camera is not the last of his lighting problems that night. When he set up his professional studio lights that he's never had a problem with before, they can't seem to stay on either. I would say that this was from faulty wiring with the cabin, but I think this light is running on its own battery and isn't plugged in at all. Number 4. This deleted TikTok video is believed to have been made by a tourist while visiting Australia. They are walking along the coast when they encounter the most interesting wildlife specimen they've ever seen.
Is that an
What to them is
octopus?
a picture-perfect vacation moment is actually a nightmare to any native Australian. Had a tour guide been with them, they would already be on the way to a hospital, because this tiny octopus is one of the most venomous creatures in the world. Its teeth are paper thin and can sink through skin without them feeling it. Sometimes just holding it for a while, much like this, is enough to transfer its venom.
Dude.
Once this happens, there's no turning back because, unlike most snake
Why would
bites
you
and other
even
venomous
do that?
creatures, the venom is too strong. In other words, there's nothing they can do. Maybe they found it out of the water and were trying to help it back to the ocean. But more than likely, they just thought it would make for a cool vacation video. Translate what it says if you can so we can get a better glimpse into what they were thinking. The octopus is already on their hand when the video begins, so I don't know what compelled them to pick it up, but I'm pretty sure I know what happens
That
next.
is a venomous octopus, and you want to put it on your hands?
Uneasy because there's nothing I can do to help.
It didn't even want
And
to go
speaking
off
of dangerous
his head.
Australian
Put
creatures
that
that look
venomous stuff in
relatively
his hand.
innocent, allow me to introduce you to the shrike thrush. Though it looks like any other songbird, it's actually one of 3 avian varieties in the world that are poisonous. It gets its poison from eating a special kind of beetle, and it's actually the same type as poison dart frogs make. I'm not sure if they would go so far as to try and go after a person. Probably not based on this video, but anyone foolish enough to eat one would get really sick and might not make it. Even handling one of its feathers could be dangerous if you rub your face after. And even though this bird might not go after people, perhaps a more aggressive bird might. So basically, if you are ever in Australia, just stay inside and leave everything alone. At least, that's what these videos have me thinking. Number 3. In 2010, an anonymous YouTuber learns that his father has passed away. He was never close to the man to begin with, and had stopped talking to him years ago. All he inherited was a box of meaningless old VHS movies as a result, which was fine by him for all he cared. It takes over a year for him to even look through his dad's collection to see if there was anything worth watching. There wasn't really anything of interest, but since he likes retro technology, he decides to try out a random tape for fun. On August 1st, 2011, It's some old television series that
Oh,
nobody
television
remembers, though the box
series
itself looks real, as does the small print on the label. He
movie.
puts it into the VCR, and within a minute he sees something not meant for his eyes.
What?
It looks
What?
like someone taped over this show to watch a
In
woman
the
in the window,
wall?
and it only gets worse from there. The same tape shows a bowl on the floor of a dirty room that could be for someone to drink out of. The person's shadow fills the frame and they appear to be holding a shovel. By
Oh,
August
hell
12th, he has
no.
gone through 6 tapes and all of them have something creepy on them. There's more random footage of the same woman as before,
Oh,
the
hell
object
no.
of his obsession, as she delivers a letter and goes back inside, which to me says that he's been watching her for days, if not months, learning her every move. Her hair seems to be shorter here, further adding to the theory that he has been planning this for quite some time. Next, we see a capture taking place, and I can't help but think this taping over a wedding scene was some kind of sick symbolism for her capture. By the 12th tape, it's become clear to me that his dad is the person behind all of this. A home video from years ago shows him zooming in on his young son and possibly having a conversation with him while he's deep asleep. Then his dad's on the road again, driving in the middle of the night to somewhere secluded, his location of choice where he holds his prey. The person in a
What?
leather outfit and strange mask is probably his father as well, and the same person who was holding the shovel before. He is almost certain that his father is the one responsible, but he needs more evidence. So a month later, he goes to his father's property and takes a locked box. He and his girlfriend pour over the contents within and are surprised by what they find. Most blatantly disturbing is a lock and chain, powerful enough to shackle somebody to the floor. There's also more tapes,
Yeah.
an old flash card, and this ritualistic doll with a rope that he's seen pulling on in one of the other videos, which in my mind is conclusive proof that links his father to the scene. In the lockbox tape, you'll see
Yeah.
a different mask, empty at first, but then worn by this
That
person,
is
possibly
his
his
dad.
father, but maybe a second accomplice. The same woman who was watched one day as she dropped off a letter in the mail now fumbles around the room, so I think it's dark in there and they're using night vision. I get the feeling that they were letting her think she had escaped here. Maybe they were being quiet and acted like they left, only when she feels their shoe and squints at the dark outline before her, does she realize his father has been standing there the whole time. This could be an art project, but I'm not sure. This person's father could have been committing heinous acts, recording bits and pieces over random VHS tapes to watch later and remember all that he's done. After all, he's seen on the tapes handling some of the items later found in his very lockbox. So the next time you ever come across someone's old tapes, you might just want to throw them out instead of watching them. Otherwise, you might discover one of their worst secrets on tape, laying bare for all to see. Number 2. On 3830 McMahon Road
Nah.
sits a lone white
That is
house
not
which
right.
at first glance looks rather unassuming, but is actually a source of otherworldly evil. A place so foul that not even 2 separate exorcisms could fully cleanse its walls. Over 800 Native Americans are said to have lost their lives in the surrounding hills against federal forces, many of whom are thought to be buried under the Hinsdale House, fueling its foundations with anger. And that's just the beginning. Sometime in the 1800s, 2 outlaw brothers used this New York property as their sick trophy room. They would go after stagecoaches and left behind no witnesses. The bodies are mostly kept in the attic or left in the basement without a care. Outside, more lives were taken over the years at a pond and also at an old tree at just the right height for a rope, which was later struck by lightning. Nowadays, the heavily haunted Hinsdale House has become a location for ghost hunters like John and Amanda of Elevated Vlogs to explore whatever secrets lie within. John and Amanda are amateur ghost hunters without much paranormal experience, so their reactions are about as raw as it gets. Their night begins with a tour from the house's current owner, a man named Daniel Clays, who spared this house from getting demolished in 2015. He seems to have formed a truce with the spirits in return for saving them. The way he talks about his
They come over here
experiences,
and
the more activity their camera catches around him.
And yeah, there's some activities going on.
Something that's sinister, maybe
Yeah,
darker. That
you guys
comes
can
out
see
once
it
in a while.
right here
But
and right here.
your best thing is to just ignore it and move on and go do something else. We were just standing in the kitchen and we had a camera on ourselves and they were talking about the exorcism this, exorcism that. And
Daniel leaves them to explore the house on their own.
exorcism this, exorcism that. And
Daniel leaves them to explore the house on their own.
Bro, that's
We'll just kinda
sketchy,
do
bro.
a little explore before we sit down anywhere.
Did you hear that?
Click.
They also hear this noise, the sound someone makes with a hand over their mouth.
But he said he has experienced somewhat of something dark here. Experience.
They enter the room of Mary Dandy, the youngest daughter of a family who lived here during the 1970s, and find bugs on their backs, legs up, an odd characteristic that the room has become known for. An entity has attached itself here, something foul enough to attract flies and send them lifelessly to the floor without its presence. Or maybe these flies were placed here by Daniel to fool John and Amanda. Either way, the activity only seems to increase ever since standing in Mary's room. I think something runs ahead of them down the stairs into the basement.
No.
Maybe the final steps of someone trying to get away during
So
a
it's
terrible
a
event.
Most people that check this place out will come with a team.
Oh, yeah, I'll go down first so you can show them this really cool.
Did you hear that?
Sound like someone is
And when they try to communicate with it, a scared little girl's voice comes across the airwaves.
Are you okay with us staying here tonight?
They decide to head back into Mary's room. Again, their spirit box picks up the same crying girl as before.
are you okay with us being in this room? Can we sit here?
And this is the third time they pick up her voice. Definitely the same girl the whole time.
What we say?
She's following them from room to room, and maybe behind her is the sinister force that Daniel warned them to stay away from. They decided to check out the attic before they get too scared. Remember what I said about the attic earlier? Sure enough, John feels a strong hand wrap his arm to pull him forward, followed by a supernatural confirmation from a gruff male voice.
Dude, I'm not even playing, man.
Did someone touch John's arm?
Like, no lie, it felt like there was just something like
Dude, that sounded like, yeah.
They flee downstairs to regroup and find they can no longer leave. Something's outside.
John,
Oh my
I
god.
literally heard something outside. I'm not even messing around. Did
Dude.
you hear that, dude?
No, I know. It sounded like metal tane.
I don't hear it, but I do see it. Look again, it's a ghost caught on live stream. And even though I didn't hear it earlier, I do hear chains rattling during this part when they get closer to the door.
What's that noise?
It's like right next
There's
to the
nothing left to
door.
do but wait it out in the Hinsdale house. After a night of fitful sleep, they decide to explore the hillside before getting out of there fast. They're still afraid from yesterday's events, but it's their job as paranormal investigators to keep going no matter what. So with their spirit box out, they wander into the woods. Within minutes, they record a voice. I hear 3 words. I need help. Then they hear a familiar voice, the same one responsible for grabbing John's arm in the attic.
We're coming into the darker part of the woods here. Would somebody like to speak with us? Oh. Yep. That's definitely a male voice.
And this part is either Amanda's voice edited in, or else somebody is humming a creepy tune right next to John. The forest is dark and cold. I agree with John that this is a different language.
We're in the middle of the woods. There's no electrical.
They come to a part of the woods that's particularly eerie for no reason at all. It's just a feeling they both have. That's when they realize the reason for their fears could not be directly underfoot.
Did you die here?
The thought of communicating with the other side has always made me uneasy, but speaking with someone while standing on their unmarked grave, as elevated vlogs seem to have done, takes that uneasiness to a whole other level. I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe in the next 5 seconds? Because I upload 4 new scary videos every week. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. Number 1. This video is
Play War Thunder now. Join millions of players across the globe in massive battles on tank.
taken somewhere in a Paris metro and has been making rounds on the internet because of how uneasy it makes some people feel, me included. Someone we never see records a man who is minding his own business, waiting for the train. The man seems too into his music to notice that he's being watched. A girl in a leather jacket, on the other hand, seems in on it and has a devious smirk. She seems to be walking towards him and testing how aware he is of his surroundings. When she swings her skateboard and he doesn't notice, she seems pleased. She throws it down and he still doesn't look over. It's like she's toying with him. By now, her intentions seem clear, and anyone with a conscience would feel uneasy thinking that this poor person is about to get knocked over the tracks. Nobody else is around to stop it, and if there are no security cameras, then this would be the only evidence of her wrongdoing. There's nothing we can do but watch as she executes her plan. But just when it looks like she is really going to give him a shove, she instead spray paints something embarrassing onto his back that I'm not allowed to show you. I'll just say it's something you definitely would not want on your back in a room full of strangers, but at the same time it's better than getting pulverized. Amazingly, he seems not to suspect a thing as the train pulls up and he gets on board. This clip is really weird, so I did some investigating. A lot of channels are showing this video and claiming it's real, but I tracked down the original source and found this was actually a music video by a group called Kino Probi Productions, so if you see this on any other channels, it's not real. I just wanted to give them props because, as popular as this video is, I still haven't seen them receive the proper credit they deserve in the countdowns they've been featured on. I've also put the Instagram of each person involved in the description as well. These scary videos contain hidden surprises that you video is.
If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, leave a comment down below what you think of this video. And until next time, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Try to get me to 4,000 so I can monetize. Well, I mean a couple months left, so yeah. So peace out. I'll keep posting content for you guys to enjoy, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. See you guys later, and make sure you keep an eye out for that video that's coming soon. So yeah, peace.